So you're thinking about moving to the Greater Lansing area and you're kind of curious about Okemos. What's it all about? I've been reading all about it. Well, in this video, I'm going to be taking you on a map tour to show you all the streets, all the sites, the neighborhoods throughout all of Okemos, Michigan. And if you stay around until the end, I'm going to share with you my top restaurant in Okemos. It's a place I love going to year in, year out. And we're going to get started with this video right now. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Lansing, Michigan Life. I am Troy Seifert with the Capital Area Real Estate Specialists in Greater Lansing, Michigan. And we get phone calls from people all the time who are looking to buy or sell in the Greater Lansing area. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days, 90 days, 9 months, we would love to be able to help you out. Just contact me at the information below, call me, text me, email me, schedule a Zoom. I will answer your call and I'd be happy to talk with you whenever. Also, if you please could like, subscribe, leave a comment, or ring the bell for any notifications so that you can be informed of anything that's going to be coming up in the Greater Lansing area, because we're going to be posting these videos weekly and you are not going to want to miss them. All right, so Okemos, Michigan is one of those cities where you've read a lot about it, you've seen the research, and it's an area that has just gained a lot of popularity within the last 10 to 15 years. People love going to Okemos when they think of Greater Lansing, Michigan. So in this video, I'm gonna get on my laptop, I'm gonna share my screen with you, and I wanna take you around just the different streets, how close things are to the highway, where the sites are, some things to be aware of. So let me go ahead and bring up my computer right now. Okay, so right here I have Okemos brought up for all of you to see. Okay, so I have the map brought up here of Okemos area, and we're gonna be taking a look at some areas, and it's gonna be right around here is the outlier where Okemos ends up being. Just right in that area is where we're gonna be concentrating. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in, and I'm gonna start off by taking you to the main drag of Okemos. So if I were to go, and I think if you look at the video from beforehand, I was at a Trader Joe's beforehand, and this is at Trader Joe's in East Lansing, right? So right here is M43. This is a main drag. If you take it going this way, okay, to the left, and you take it all the way down, that's going to take you right directly into Michigan State University campus, and it's about a mile down the road. So on this main stretch, there are a lot of traffic lights, lots of starts and stops. And then here you see there's Hobby Lobby, which if you're not familiar with Hobby Lobby, it's basically like a gigantic Michael's superstore. You got Hobby Lobby, and then right around here is where Trader Joe's is, as well as, well, actually Trader Joe's is right around here, and then across the street is Whole Foods. So all that stuff is right here, and then you see like you kind of get into where Okemos is as you keep going down on M43. So if I were to get into this area over here on the main drag, you kind of see like some of the entertainment stuff that's going to be over here. So right here is Okemos Road. You can kind of see it just goes straight down the middle right over here. It's about a 40 to 45 mile an hour road. And right here is the center, I would say, of where Okemos is. So, I think you saw in the outline there, I had, a box, and you saw the northern part of the box, which kind of took you up in this area, over here, and a little bit further north. And, but right here would be towards the center of Okemos. And I think I had said earlier that Okemos has about 25,000 people in it. So there are a lot of neighborhoods and houses that are nearby. So right here in the main stretch, you see there's Best Buy. Right here is the Meridian Mall. I know you see Torrid is right there. That's actually within the mall. Planet Fitness is within the mall. There's also a go-kart place that is within the mall that also has axe throwing and also has a rage room where you can throw TVs if you're having a really stressful day. It has lawn darts, it has a bar, it has an arcade. So they really, with malls right now, it's more of a destination place. So Planet Fitness is at Meridian Mall, Macy's, JCPenney, H&M. And I think I said in an earlier video as well, like, this is the best indoor mall that we have is right here in the area. But as you go down the main drag, you're going to see Panera Bread. You're going to see Best Buy. You're going to see your typical chain restaurants. And then as you go further north onto Marsh, which, again, right here is the mall, there's an Olive Garden. There's Chili's. That's like right around this area. Then you see Target's over here with Kohl's and Kroger. There's an escape room place that's nearby. So Marsh Road is another area that has some of the restaurants. If you go further north here, now you see there's Aldi, there's Culver's, Walmart is right around here. So this is the main drag that's going to have a lot of restaurants. Also, I did want to point out too that there is a Chick-fil-A right around here, and that's important for many people. So Chick-fil-A is here in this section of Michigan in Okemos. So they have their own Chick-fil-A. Meijer is here. So the one thing I will say, I'm gonna pan out a little bit just with this, because this is more the the retail area over here. But the one thing I'm going to touch on is that when Okemos first was around, you will see that there are a lot of neighborhoods within this area that are built in the 50s and 60s. So Okemos really was more along the lines of these neighborhoods, and then right here, okay? These are the well-established neighborhoods built in the 50s and 60s. Forest Hill, Tacoma Hills. Right over here on this area is Indian Hills and Indian Glen. There's some condos that are older that are over here. So when Okemos was first getting its footing, a lot of homes that were built in the 50s and 60s, this is where Okemos kind of started, where the retail stuff was. Then they started building homes. Then, as you can see, as I start panning out on this map, you're gonna see that that's where the new home neighborhoods really started happening in the 80s, the 90s, and especially in the 2010s. There was a ton of homes, just a huge boom of neighborhoods and developments that just started putting Okemos more on the map. So, right here, another place I want to kind of feature that's kind of cool here in the main drag of Okemos is Okemos is the only one that has I would call it like a cinema grill. So it's called Studio C, and you can watch a movie there, but they also wait on you. There's certain chairs that you can have where people come in and bring you food. So it's a little bit more of an upscale movie theater. They have about 5 or 6 theaters within there, and that is right around where the mall is as well too, which is going to be it's towards the back of the mall actually, so right around that area. You see Buddy's Pizza. That is more prevalent in the Detroit area, and then Detroit brought Buddy's Pizza over to our area. They opened up a couple chains here, and the one here in Okemos, it just has great pizza. It's a deep dish Detroit style pizza. So that's also here in Okemos. But I think I said in another video that I feel Delta Township, which is on the west side of town, has more things there as far as restaurants and even more things to do. But they do have their fair share of restaurants here within the main drag. If you go further onto M43 this way, this is going to, and you go past Van Atta Road and then you see Meridian, this way is going to take you over to Williamston. So this road takes you, if you go this way, it's going to be over to East Lansing and over to MSU. If you go this way, it's going to take you over to Williamston. So if you're looking at homes within Okemos, you will see again a lot of some of the homes here are within this range are going to be anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000, and they are older homes. A lot of them are 2 or 3 bedroom homes, not as custom. Right here in Indian Hills, there are some very custom homes. It was more the high-end neighborhood back in the day. So homes with lots of character, but they are older homes, and those are going anywhere from $500,000 to $700,000. And then right here in Indian Hills, there is a golf course called Indian Hills Golf Course. What a name, right? So there's a golf course there. That's part of the appeal. And then I also want to kind of highlight to you guys, you see this nice little blue, I'm going to trace the best that I can. Okay, I'm tracing. Okay, right there is the Red Cedar River, and that runs through Okemos. So what you also have to be aware of when you're looking at homes and with whatever agent you are working with is, at least for myself and my team, we point out to people like, hey, is flood insurance needed? Is the elevation high enough that you're not going to have to worry about having to get flood insurance on this property? Because you can see a river does run through the area of Okemos here, and especially you can see Indian Hills. There are some homes that have riverfronts. Some of them are built quite high, and there's a steep decline down into the river. But some of them in England, like right around this area of Indian Hills in England, some of those do have flood insurance just because of the incline. So, those are some things just to be aware of that you might have to run into that. And you can kind of see here as well, if I go further out, that goes right down over here as well too, continues to go. And then you see the Harris Nature Center. That is a place that has a lot of wildlife there. It's a park. It's part of Meridian Township Parks over there. So, river runs through there and it just keeps going and going and going. You take the river closer over to Michigan State, it actually takes you into the downtown and runs into the Grand River. So the Red Cedar River can go for miles and miles and miles. But I wanted you to be aware, just kind of like how the Red Cedar River works. Okay, so I showed you the main drag of town where Okemos is. But the important part I want you to see is that there are some neighborhoods that are some new home builds that might interest you if you want to look at something that's more of a newly built home. And a lot of these homes right now are going anywhere from $400,000 to like around $700,000. And it's these neighborhoods located right here. So you're going to go north of the Lansing Mall and you're going to see, Walmart, Kohl's is right here. You got Central Park Estates, and then also right here is what's known as Georgetown Estates. Now, if I were to go, here's kind of the funny thing. Like if I were to go further north, okay, and let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit more. Looking for Hazlitt Road. Okay, so if I were to zoom in here a little bit more, because I think I showed you, right here is Georgetown, which is a neighborhood that has a lot of homes built in 2010 to 2015, 2017, even some newer builds than that. I had a client that built a 2017 home on one of their last lots that they had there in Georgetown. Okay, so if I were to go just further north, and I'm sorry for toggling back and forth here, but you'll see why I'm doing this here. Okay, right here is Hazlitt High School. Okay, so this runs right into the line of Hazlitt and Okemos. Honestly, if you were to live in Georgetown or Central Park Estates, which are right by the mall, it would probably be closer for you to get to Hazlitt High School and the Hazlitt schools than it would be for Okemos. However, with the township, they made it they had something figured out with the developers, and they decided, hey, we're going to have these homes be a part of Okemos School District. The downer of these neighborhoods is if you are somebody, I'm going to kind of show you here, if you're somebody that, is wants to work in Detroit, okay, or you want to be close to the highway access, okay, your neighborhood is going to be right around here, and Marsh Road is right here, okay? And it just keeps going down, down, down. And you're going to have all these traffic lights you're going to have to go into. Like, it's probably going to be a good 10-minute drive for you to get down to the highway and be able to have the access to be able to get over to, downtown area over here, or to be able to go to Detroit and take the highway this way. So you do pay for location in Okemos, especially because you can see, right here, if you're in the neighborhoods that are right around this area, which is right around where the mall is, then you're going to have Marsh Road that you're going to need to take you to 69 and take you over to Lanesburg and Perry and over to Flint. Or, this one can take you over to Grand Rapids and DeWitt, that area. But you're really not going to be close to any major roads. You do see this road right here. It's called, it is part of trying to think here. It's like business I-69 right here, and you're still going to have traffic lights and stops. It's not a shortcut at all. I feel you are going to have starts and stops there, and during certain periods and times of the day, that road can be busy, and you go about 45 miles an hour on that road. So as you're planning to look at areas that you really want to be able to move to in Okemos, consider that if you do move to the northern part in Georgetown and Central Park, and then also around this area is a newer neighborhood that's coming up as well, that they've created some lots for. Just be aware that it might take you a little while to get to highway access. And then also, if you want to get to MSU, you're going to have to take this main drag through all the traffic lights through the downtown, and that can have a lot of traffic, and that can be quite a stretch where you're going from traffic light to traffic light and start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. So do keep that in mind. I just want you to be aware of that as you're kind of deciding what location you might want here in Okemos. All right, so I'm continuing to go further down here. So I really did attack that top part. And another thing for you to keep in mind is you might, once you get to Meridian Road, you start getting to Williamson schools. The thing you have to keep in mind is just because the address says Okemos doesn't necessarily mean that you are Okemos schools. That is not a guarantee. Some of them in Okemos, like some Okemos addresses can have Williamson schools, depending on how far east you are in Okemos. And a lot of those are going to be properties that have country property acreage. And you can see how it's kind of spread out over here. Like, you see all the neighborhoods here. And then over here towards the eastern side, you see, I went a little far east there, sorry. You see Van Atta Road. And you see like all this green space. Part of that is the Meridian Township Park with Harris Nature Center and the parks that just end up going this way, and you see the Red Cedar Rivers right there too. But there are several properties that have acreage, a couple acres, 10 acres, 20 acres over here, and some of those homes say Okemos address but are Williamson schools. So again, get with your agent, make sure that you can verify what school system you have. And I do want to reiterate, just because we're school of choice, if Okemos does not have an opening, which a lot of times they are full, they do not have openings for school of choice, then you cannot count on getting school of choice in the area of Okemos. So I do want to again emphasize that, because that is a key thing. Okay, so now I'm going to start going over to the south side of this. Okay, so right here's the main drag. Right here's the main drag with all the retail stuff. Now Okemos Road is right here. Okay, now as I start getting down on Okemos Road, there are more homes over in this area. There's a street called Kewanee. There's some homes that are over there that are built in the 50s, the 60s, okay? Over here as well, there are homes built in the 50s and 60s. As I start going further south on the road, a couple things I want to highlight. Right in this area where Hewlett is, this is where the high school is. Middle, and so high school's here. Bennett Woods Elementary School is going to be right around here. Another elementary school, which is Hiawatha Elementary School, that's going to be right around here. And then Cornell is the other one. I am not, but it's off of Cornell Road on here, and I don't know why I can't. It's somewhere up in this area for Cornell. So all to say, it's not off of Meridian Road, but Cornell Road runs right into Hazlitt's, and that's why Cornell Elementary is right there for Okemos schools. So want to highlight to you, the school systems are right here. So some of the neighborhoods that I highlighted in my Okemos video tours, just want to highlight some of those, like right around this area. is what's known as Okemos Square. A lot of homes that were built very close together, very small yards, but very affordable. And then the Sanctuary is right around here that has some of those new build lots, like just a few lots built by Jim Jagir. Those homes go anywhere from 700,000, 800,000 right now, or or even around 600,000 in that neighborhood, and a lot of homes that were built in 2007 on. And then right up here is Champion Woods, which has, again, a lot more new builds over here. And then like a little bit further north of Champion Woods is another neighborhood that has more custom homes that were built in the 80s, the 90s. Aztec Way is a well-known street up there in this custom neighborhood that's over here. And then when I start getting over into, Okemos Road, going to the east side, this is where Spring Lakes is, Hiawatha Lakes is. And right here is Jolly Road. This is another main stretch of Okemos. This is more the south side of Okemos. So I'm going to start going in a little bit further here. And obviously you can see when you're towards the south side of Okemos, you can see right here is I-96 the expressway. So you're going to be very, very close to a 70 to 75 mile an hour area. Jolly Road, again, has a lot of fast food. There's also, if I zoom in here a little bit more, you also have Cracker Barrel down this way. It's not highlighting it. There's also Tropical Smoothie Cafe. There's Culver's, woohoo. There's a place called Savvy Sliders. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's based out of Detroit. They serve little small sandwich sliders and also provide custard milkshakes. And then there's a gas station known as Tailgaters. They're around the entire Lansing area, but they started in Okemos, and they were so successful that they expanded. And at Tailgaters, it's more of a party convenience store with lots of liquor, alcohol, but they also have Dunkin' Donuts within them. This one also has a Jimmy John's. So Jimmy John's is a sub place, a lot like Subway, but fresher bread over here. And then if I go over to like you see Taco Bell is here, McDonald's is here, Applebee's is around here. They're just not highlighting it. And then you have a place called Joe's on Jolly that is over here. I'm surprised it's not highlighted because I was just recently there. I don't know why it's not being highlighted. Is it? Yeah, Joe's on Jolly, right over here. So Joe's on Jolly, it's a cool sports bar area that has a lot of really great shareable appetizers, pretzel bites with beer cheese dip, great cheesesteaks, great fries. They have truffle fries there with Parmesan that you can put on lots of TVs everywhere. People that I know have their rehearsal dinners there, so they have a great meeting space over here. And right here is, like I said, Joe's on Jolly. Also on the main strip here, you get to the eastern side, they got Arby's. Jolly Road is about a 40 to 45 mile an hour road. Again, and if you go take Jolly Road going this way, this will take you right into the south side of Lansing. If you keep going further past Hagedorn, which I'm gonna head over, there. But if you go over to the left, it's gonna take you closer to Holt, closer to the south side of the area. Jolly Road, it'll dead end and it'll take you into Williamston again. But you see how close. If you live in Spring here, and there's Hiawatha Elementary School right there, right? So if you live in Spring Lakes, if you live in Hiawatha Lakes, you see, again, like you are super close to the highway. I'm gonna go a little bit further over here. So right here is another neighborhood that has newer homes built by Mayberry. It's known as the Meadows. And the Meadows has a lot of homes that were built, again, in 2005 to like around 2012, 2013, 2014. They're not going to be as high end as what a Jagir build would be, but very popular neighborhood with newly built homes. And then right here actually is the Meadows part. And then right here is the Sanctuary, which is what I had talked about. That's built by Jagir with some new home builds. And then we're going to keep going. Gotta love this toggling back and forth here, you guys. So Hagedorn, I think I told you I was going to take you to Hagedorn. And going this way, you get the Big Ten Party Store. I've never been there before, but I guess it looks kind of cool. And this is where, if you go this way,
it'll take you to Holmes. Okay, if you just keep taking it, it'll take you to the south side of Lansing. Jolly will take you right to, where some of the attractions are over there. And if you just have to take it a few miles down the road. So right up here, and I had mentioned this neighborhood in, I believe, when I was highlighting the pros and cons of Okemos video. It's only just a video or two ago, but I do want to reiterate it. Right up here is what's known as College Fields. There's a golf course that's right around here. And you can see, like the kitten set is right here, Fossums, Harris. A lot of new builds over here. Some of them are more spread out. Some of them have golf course views. A lot of them are being sold right now for around $500-600. There was one that was just listed for around $700,000. Okay, but if you do buy a house in Meridian Township, just be aware that when you buy that new purchase price, your taxes will go up to half of what that value is, and your taxes will go up big time. So make sure you're with a realtor, which hopefully is myself, that can help you out with like what the taxes would look like. But here is College Fields, that their tax bracket is through the city of Lansing. And you also, because you're the city of Lansing, you have a higher millage rate, but then also you have to pay a 1% of your income to the city of Lansing through income tax. So again, it's definitely new builds, and you're on a golf course, and it is a popular neighborhood. Homes do sell within there, but just want you to be aware as far as homes go. I do have a client or two that lives here in this neighborhood right here, which is known as Sunwind neighborhood. These were homes built in the 80s and 90s, not as new as the homes that were built right here. So this was like almost the start of when Okemos started building more homes, and they're decent homes. I don't think they're as custom. They are a little bit more cookie cutter over here, but you can see as I zoom out a little bit more, this is such a desirable area just because of the fact of, look, you've got Bennett Road that can take you to Okemos Road. And Bennett Road's about a 30, 40 mile an hour road, and then Okemos Road, and it takes you right to the highway. But if you also want to do your grocery shopping, if you want to go out to eat somewhere at one of the restaurants, you're right in between, like you're right in the middle of everything. And so that's why this is an area that people really like living in Okemos, because they feel like they're in the middle of it and they're not too far north or too far south from everything else. Because when you're too far south, then you're going to be a little further away from where your grocery store is, from where Target is, from where Kohl's is, all your shopping and, the mall. So, just some highlights over here that you can see of some of the neighborhoods. And again, high school right over here. And did want to highlight one other area here as we go further down Okemos Road. So as I continue going over here, what you are going to see is you're going to see a neighborhood that doesn't look like it's as well developed. It's east of Dobie Road here, which I'd say about a 40-45 mile an hour road in Okemos. But this area is known as Ember Oaks. And Ember Oaks, they have very custom, newly built homes. Some of these homes are going for around, like even lately I've seen them go for upwards to $1 million plus. So if you're wanting a home that has about 5,000, 6,000 square feet above, Ember Oaks is the place to be. There's not a lot of people that have their homes for sale year round. There might just be like, 2 or 3 homes that are for sale, but I do want to tell you, this area right here, you see how close it is to Jolly Road. And let's say you work somewhere like you have to work for the hospital. Okay. It's super easy to take this to 96 and go up to McLaren or go to Sparrow, Michigan, University of Michigan Sparrow. Super easy and convenient. You also get a large home, but you can also see here in Okemos, it is, again, kind of spread out over in this area. So you see a lot of homes along this area on Van Ada, on Meridian, that are a little bit more spread out. And this neighborhood over here, from what my understanding is, you're here in Meridian Road. If you were to buy a home here, it would say Okemos address, but again, it might say Williamson Schools. You might be too far east and you might have to be at Williamson School. So it's not going to help you get into the Okemos school system if you go this far east. And then I think the thing I promised in my intro to you guys is I was going to show you my favorite place to eat in Okemos. And I think this could be up for some debate from some of my friends that I know who like to eat in Okemos. I'm gonna start going over to this side of town, and you can see right here, Lucky's Steakhouse. I love this place. Part of the and I mean, it's 4 stars out of 5 stars, which ain't bad when you got 2,300 reviews. It means it's probably decent, but you're always gonna have the people that don't like a restaurant. Here's why I love Lucky's. I can get filet mignon and lobster tail for half the price I would at an expensive restaurant. And I love seafood. I like meat. They also make fresh pasta there. They have great garlic bread. That place is always packed. I'm just like, so it's a successful place. The bar area is always packed whenever I go there. I have to kind of, get some sort of reservation when I go so that I don't have to wait for a half hour, 45 minutes, up to an hour. So it's more of a casual, high-end place. But for what you get there and the amount of food that you get, it's a great price, great quality of food. I love it. It's one of my favorite spots just to even go in Lansing, period. So I will travel. I've gone to Joe's on Jolly. That's a really good place. And Joe's on Jolly is owned by the people that own Capitol Prime, which is right by Eastwood Town Center. And Capitol Prime is a steakhouse. It's a more of a high-end place. That place is good too. But Lucky's, I just like the menu better. I like the portion sizes. It's a great place. So if you're ever looking to visit Okemos area, I would highly recommend going to this place. Portion sizes are large. Overall, a great place. So with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed my tour of Okemos, being able to see the whole city and having an idea of where some of the newer neighborhoods are, where everything just kind of blends together. Hopefully it was helpful to you. Again, if you need any help with real estate questions, or you're coming to the area, you want to take some tours, please reach out to myself with the information below. Call me, text me, email me, schedule a Zoom call. I will answer each and every one of those for you. Also, if you could, I again am coming out with videos weekly, and if you want to be aware of anything that's happening in the Greater Lansing area, please like this, subscribe to my page, ring the bell for any notifications. I would greatly appreciate it. And again, thank you so much for watching this. And until next time, I hope you make it a great day.